Hey, my people, what's going on? This is Major, and thank you for tuning to Major TV. Let's talk. I have been observing and covering the mod Arbery trial in references making notes. Um, I made a video already about jury selection of 11 whites and one black jurors, and I know they had an alternate had to replace one of the jurors that took sick, and I don't know the color of the juror. They didn't disclose it, but probably a possible white person. I'm not sure. You might can share it with me. But I've been covering and watching here and there, and what have you, and I'm seeing what the state and what defendants doing. Right, a different defenses. They defense versus prosecution case. Let's talk about this article that came on yesterday. Defendant believed Ahmaud Arbery was wanted to flee and not out jogging. One of the three white men standing trial for killing Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia last year told the police that they chased a 25-year-old black man because they were convinced he was running away from a potential crime and not out jogging. Court heard on Wednesday. Father and his son, defendants Greg and Travis McMichael, armed themselves and chased Arbery in a pickup truck after they spotted him running the coastal southeast Georgia area of Brunswick on 23rd February 2020. A neighbor, William Roddy Bryant, joined the pursuit in his own truck. It took cell phone video of Travis McMichael shooting Arbery at close range with a shotgun. The jury in the closely watched trial heard. Greg McMichael later told the police that in his view, Arbery wasn't out for no Sunday jog. He was getting the hell out of there. He said they closed on Arbery in their two vehicles and finally had him in a situation where he was trapped like a rat. A police investigator testified on Wednesday. More than 2 months passed before the three men were arrested on charges of murder and other crimes after graphic video leaked online and deepened a national reckoning over racial injustice. Glenn County Police Sergeant Roderick Nohilly told the jury he spoke with Greg McMichael at a police headquarters a few hours after the shooting, where he explained why they chased Arbery and what happened. Greg McMichael told Nohilly he recognized Arbery because he had been recorded by security cameras a few times inside a neighboring house that was under construction, the court heard. Greg Michael said they gave chase to try to stop Arbery from escaping mostly white residential subdivision. According to a transcript of their recorded interview, O'Hilly read in court, McMichael said, I think he was wanting to flee and he realized that something, he was not going to get away. The defense counsel says that McMichael and Brian were legally justified in chasing and trying to detain Arbery because they reasonably thought he was a burglar. Greg McMichael told the police Travis McMichael fired in self-defense after Arbery attacked with his fist and tried to grab his son's shotgun. He had an opportunity to flee farther, Greg McMichael told No Hilly. We had chased him around the neighborhood a bit, but he wasn't winded at all. I mean, this guy he was in shape. Prosecutors said to McMichael and Brian chased Arbery for 5 minutes before he was shot in the street after running past Michael's island truck. Prosecutor Linda Dono Dunkowski has described Arbery as avid runner who lived about 2 miles from the Steeler Shores neighborhood where he often was jogging and was slain. The first police on the scene, Rick Minshew, testified early in the trial that Brian told him Arbery at one point in the chase stopped to check his breath and appeared to be tired of running. The prominent New York civil rights campaigner Al Sharpton spoke with reporters Wednesday outside of Glen County Courthouse where he held the hands of Arbery's parent while leading a prayer for justice. Sharpton criticized disproportionately white makeup of the jury, which includes only one black member, whereas the county where the trial is being held is nearly 27% black. It's an insult to the sense of the American people, Sharpton said. If you cannot count 12 and only get one that's black, you knew something wrong. In court, Matthew Elbenzi testified he was splitting logs in his front yard, or splitting logs in the front yard the day of the shooting when he saw Arbery enter the house under construction across the street. Elbenzi testified Wednesday that he fetched a gunshot. He fetched a gun himself before he called police from behind a tree. Arbery left the home running in the direction of McMichael's home. To McMichael's home. Benzie told the jury he called the police non-emergency number. Donakowski asked him, why not the emergency number 911? He replied, I did not see an emergency. Defendants have pleaded not guilty. The trial continues. Now, in reading this whole article and what have you, and just listen how they frame the article, right? It brings in question a couple of things. But one thing I know, you can see the contradictions of the father saying that I don't know, the father son saying that he was in shape, you know what I'm saying? While Brian said, the other co-defendant, they stopped to get some wind. You know, he was kind of tired, it was windy. On top of that, other scriptures I see is the fact that they were like he wasn't the father, like he wasn't running, like he was jogging, like he took some trying to get away. But then you contradict yourself because you're saying he's in shape, right? You're saying he's in shape. So if a person is running like that, and you saying that he showed where he's in shape, after for you to be having um some kind of good exercising with jogging, and that builds your wind up and you have shape, what have you. So that within itself is a contradiction altogether because he was jogging, as we already know. They got different videos showing where he went in homes and checked it out, what have you. But that don't even stop the fact that because he went in homes, pause for a second, what have you, for no reason he went in there because they're trying to show criminal intent. I have to really give credit to the prosecutor. She did a good job. They did a good job laying out, whereas there was never no crime on report of burglary in the area, and he was never a suspect. Nobody never called the police on him. That's a good part, even though the defendant attorney is trying to show that Arbery had a criminal intent going these places and he wanted to steal something where they arguing have no legs, the fact that they have no proof that he took anything. But my thing is for you to say, well, he was running like he was trying to get away from something. But you have videos showing he been in the neighborhood more than once. And then on top of it, you saying he in shape. And that brings me to believe that this man had been running, and you within your um um reporting or talking or giving your statement of why what you witnessed when you was when y'all was trying to hunt him down and run him when y'all was trying to hunt him down or y'all was hunting him down, that he was in shape. So for me, it's like clearly see what they're trying to do. We're trying to show, whereas, oh, he had criminal intent. He was coming back to the steal. Um, he wasn't jogging and what have you. He been in a couple of homes or a few homes on video. They alerted them about alerted Mike Michaels about Arbery coming through and what have you, but they never called the police. They never took no kind of proactive action as far as calling the police and notifying them about somebody like suspicion in the neighborhood. And when you're black, and I said I don't know, I can't question why my Arbery went into those homes or what have you. There's so many, like questions that you can ask about that, and so many answers you probably can come with. But he never was caught stealing anything, right? He was never warned by nobody in the neighborhood. Nobody never called the police, you know. And for them to try to make a citizen arrest and justify talking about citizen arrest, when we know that wasn't the case, it was actually them saying a black person in a white neighborhood. And this is an old saying. We know, the older people know. I'm not that old. Old people know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain neighborhoods you don't really get caught up in, you know what I'm saying? And go through what have you. And in this case, it's one of them cases. And on top of that, them seeing videos and whatnot, they automatically became, like, look at him as a criminal. Look at him as a problem. So they call themselves trying to take action and try to see what citizen arrest. And the defense attorney trying to push that, right? But the state doing a great job laying out the foundation of this and showing that there was no citizen arrest. It wasn't anything dealing with the fact that he was stealing something or what have you, because they didn't follow proper protocol in reporting it. So now you take up action. You try to justify where, hey, he didn't want to stop. You know, he tried to grab a weapon. Y'all was attacking this young black man. You don't think he was scared? You don't think he had a adrenaline rush? Like, what's going on? He been running through his neighborhood. Y'all try to actually attack him. What he supposed to do? You say y'all box him like a rat. You know what I'm saying? That's a very derogatory statement speaking about a young black man. You know what I'm saying? But to make a long story short, I see what it's going at, and then I feel like I see the arguing back and forth with the defense, with the prosecutor, as far as them going line for line, the transcripts and all that. But as long as it's set up as a question, that's all that matters. And I see a little leading here and there, but my point is, and I kind of like, I'm kind of looking at the judge like, damn, like, you have been a former attorney, you know how this go, right? And I understand that, the attorney with defendant trying to say is make a trial, so to speak, implying like I'm make a trial long and drawn out and not have to do all this, research to see what y'all talking about, go through all these paperwork, whatever. But this is a trial. This is a trial that a young black person was killed by white people that felt like they was taking the law in their own hand when they didn't follow proper protocol. This could have been avoided, you know what I'm saying? But I know Greg Michael, by him being part of the DA office or what have you, sheriff department office, he had this attitude, like this police attitude. He was retired or whatnot. He was retired though. Had this attitude to respond, to respond the way he responded. I believe the father's name is Greg. So, it's crazy. I'm watching the back and forth, what have you. And like I remember I told y'all, a lot of times you have a good case, but it's about theatrics. Sometimes getting loud, sometimes motion a certain kind of way, act certain questions a certain kind of way, object a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get the defense of the crazy. They all fighting back with the state, with the prosecutors and what have you. But I'm actually watching the prosecutors and how they land stuff out, what have you. I have a few little questions, a couple of things I would like to add. A question why you're not doing something, but I don't want to y'all too prematurely out there because the trial's still going on. But I just want to talk about the my Arbery trial, so give y'all updates and whatever. This is one of my second updates, whatever. I want to watch things play out. I don't want to try to go, like line by line. I mean, day by day with each witness and what have you. That's testifying. I'm listening to the officers and what have you. I'm seeing how the prosecutors laying their case out, showing different views and different investigations about um um Arbery's death and what led to it with the different statements and whatnot that was made by and push report by McMichaels and Brian, as well as the witnesses and stuff, and the police come in on the stand, whatever. I'm seeing that, but I don't want to jump the gun. Let's go to talking about it. This is a very serious situation. Unfortunately, like Al Sharpton said, that this is an insult. To my opinion, I agree. Insult to justice for Ahmaud Arbery to have 11 white jurors and one black. That's crazy. Like we're in 2021. You know what I'm saying? Got 27%. They said population of black people. So hey, I just want to talk about it, give y'all a quick update. I don't even want you to say update. Just my opinion of really looking at this outside and observing it, what have you. But I still see that, in my opinion, the state have an edge. I see the state actually proving that with all what the defense trying to say, or what the Mike trying to say, and the Brian guy, it still don't suffice and justifying killing his brother. So thank you for listening to audio. Thank you for the love and support. Y'all stay focused, stay on cool, and just be black. Peace.